Good morning, my loves. Welcome to Vlogmas 2021. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do everything within my power to do Vlogmas this year. I hope it's all gonna go smoothly, but you never know. And I am cheating a little bit because today is not the 1st of December. I am doing a few little vlogs before December actually begins, just to make sure I have a little bit of wiggle room. I have a couple of weekends with my friends, and I know I'm always terrible at vlogging over this weekend, so I want to make sure that we've got hopefully 24 videos for you. So yes, it's not the 1st of December, but Zach and I are gonna go and do some festive activities today, namely heading into town. We're gonna look at the Christmas lights and do a little bit of Christmas shopping. We are baby free, so we're gonna make the most of it. I have no idea what I want to get people this year, absolutely no idea, so I'm hoping to be inspired. Got lots of fun plans for you. Of course, I never know what will happen, and especially with the little one, you never know. Once they start teething or getting ill or anything like that, then obviously, you know, it's questionable how well I'll be able to do Vlogmas, but we're gonna do our best. Zach is just waiting in a very long queue at the coffee shop to get our morning coffees. I don't know whether we're gonna catch the Christmas lights in the evening, so might have to head in again, you know, at some point. But we're up and out early today because, yeah, I like it when it's quiet anyway. It's easier with the baby. But yes, might have to head into town at another point just to see them at night time because they just look so nice at night. Right, I'll see you in a minute. I can't really think straight just yet because I haven't had my coffee and I've got a bit of a headache, but I think that might be caffeine related. I don't know. we're back from our excursions in the centre of London. You know, very glad I got to go to the Liberty's Christmas shop, but don't think that would really be doable with the baby because it's a bit of a squeeze. Yeah, it's a little bit of a squeeze in there. I mean, I could do it in the carrier probably, but it's also roasting in there. So, yes, I had a nice time, but we didn't get a lot of shopping done. We did do some thinking over lunch though, so that is good. And pretty much decided what we want to get for everyone, but I still need to do a lot of ordering. I'll do it online, I think. Sounds to me like the baby might just come in the door. We are at home, Mum's home at the moment. Still in the flat. Won't be in the flat when December begins, but we're still in the flat for the moment. But just hanging out here for the rest of the afternoon, I think, and then we'll head back to the flat this evening. It was a nice day, but I am absolutely shattered. Hi my loves, so we're back at the flat now. If you don't know what I mean by the flat, if you missed my last vlog, I do explain it in that vlog, but essentially there's building works going on at home. We have moved into the flat to make life a bit easier for us and the baby, just for a few weeks, and we're not here for much longer. So yes, we're in a different place. We're at the house for a little bit, playing with her, then we've come back, she's had some dinner here, and done a bit more playing, and she's going to go to bed. She's going to go to bed at a decent time for once. We've been so busy that, yeah, it's been difficult to get her in bed for a good time, but she's pretty flexible. She's not one of those babies that like really super needs a routine. She's pretty easygoing and quite chilled, so we're very lucky on that front. So we can be flexible with her naps and bedtime. It's the only way that would work for us. I think if I was to have any sort of routine, I would stress. So yes, but in fact, it will be a little bit old news when this video goes up, but it went up yesterday, so it's fresh in my mind. But I did a little blog post about surviving the first few months of parenting. If you're interested, I will leave it linked up down below. I've had some lovely comments on it through my Instagram, via my Instagram, so thank you so much if you've sent me a lovely message. I've been trying to reply to them, but yes, it's not, I don't think it's a particularly helpful post, but it's just some thoughts basically that I had and things I like to remind myself of, things I feel like I've learnt. But particularly I feel like currently at the top of my mind is baby sleep, because I feel like I've sort of changed the way I think about her sleep. But yeah, I think up until about 3.5 months she was generally a pretty good sleeper, which I think actually happens more often than you think, and definitely it like goes up to like a peak at around 3 months, 3.5 months for us. Yes, she would be on like kind of 1 wake up a night, maybe 2. Sometimes she slept through. I was like, oh, this is very manageable. And then we had the 4-month sleep progression, whatever you want to call it. And since we've been on at least 2 wake ups a night, but more recently, it's definitely got harder just as she gets more, I don't know, physical. She's able to move around a lot more. I think she just needs a bit more from us. She's just more alert to the world than ever before. So we're kind of co-sleeping with her for about half the night, safely co-sleeping of course, for about half the night at the moment, and she's much harder to settle. Like I'll have to go in a few times in the evening to get her to drift off into like a longer stretch of sleep, and even then that might only be 2 hours, it might be 3 hours, but it's not very long. Yes, and I feel like the adrenaline that I had from the newborn stage is definitely all gone now, so I am tired, I am finding it hard. I have to remind myself of that actually, that I'm like, why am I so tired? But actually I think I'm probably getting, more broken sleep, even more broken sleep than I was then. And of course that's pretty good because obviously I had to recover from birth and pregnancy and everything then. I'm happy it worked out that way because yes, that's so tough on your body and everything. But yes, so I've kind of come to a sort of acceptance with baby sleep and how much it changes, and I'll link up an article down below that also talks about how kind of around 3 months might be the peak of your baby's sleep in the first year. And that is not to scare anyone that is in that first period and they think things are going really well, and you very well may be absolutely fine, because every baby is different. So many babies do sleep really well continuously and have no issues at all. But if you're in the boat with me and you're finding it really tough and your babies are like 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, I'm with you, okay? There's a lot of wake-ups. Yeah, co-sleeping for half the night is kind of the only way that we're getting some sleep. And it's tough, but as I say in my post, I've kind of just come to a bit of acceptance with it, because I have come to understand how normal it is. But yeah, if someone had said this to me a few months ago, or said it to me when I was pregnant, I'd be like, oh my god, you're trying to scare me. But it is manageable. You just got to find ways of managing it, I think, and making sure you get as much rest as possible and just riding it out. You know, there are things you can do if you think something's like genuinely wrong, or, you know, your baby's not sleeping their biological best. And I do think she is basically sleeping her biological best, but there's just so much going on in her little brain that we're getting more wake-ups than we were, and it is tiring. So just wanted to send some sleep solidarity out to any fellow parents that out there doing it, because yeah, I'm finding this stage pretty tricky, pretty difficult. I fought that 4-month sleep progression really hard. She was literally up every 2 hours or less on the dot, and I was like, this is horrendous. After you've done, you know, 1 wake up a night, you know, stretches of 7+ hours, that is intense. And then so it's not that bad now, but it's certainly not good. And I'm finding this kind of 7-8 month period pretty hard, but I'm sure it will change again before I know it, you know. And I don't think it helps that we've been all over the place. So we've obviously been here at the flat. She's not in her normal cot. She hasn't been for weeks, which is like, I think are just a bit nicer, a bit comfier, bit of a better shape. This one's a little bit smaller than she's used to. You know, she's not in an ideal room, temperature-wise, all sorts of things. I don't think that helps. And we've been, you know, visiting people, and I'd rather it be that way, you know, that we do things and get out and go visit people and places. And if her sleep's disturbed, it's disturbed. You know, my sleep's disturbed when I'm in a new place in a new bed. So that's only natural and normal. And I'd rather do stuff. I know that not every child you'll be able to do that with. Some are more high needs and really sort of require more routine and stuff. As I said, we're quite lucky that she's quite flexible. But just wanted to mention that post really, and have a little moment about baby sleep, because if I seem exhausted in these vlogs, it's because I am kind of tired. Yes, and if you are in a good patch of baby sleep, I hope it lasts for you forever, and just enjoy it, I think. I don't want to scare you. That's not my intention with saying this. It's more to express how normal I think it is for it to be not so great. Anyway, my loves, I am required for bedtime. I've got to do some bedtime feeding. It is post-bedtime now, and I thought I would just show you something that I can show you, which is I did buy some jelly cats. It was one of the few things that I bought from the shop, that we bought from the shops today. We got some other bits, but obviously can't show you those because people watching might be able to see their presents. But Inez is unable to watch this and spoil her Christmas presents, although Zach keeps joking that they're more for me. She's just getting into cuddly toys really. But yes, my inner 90s TY collector, Beanie Baby collector, comes out when I look at these Jellycat toys. I'm obsessed, and I love the little amusable ones that they do of like random objects with little legs on. I'm just obsessed, okay? So all of these have significance. There's a reason why I bought each one, apart from one. But I mean, I won't go into that, but so it looks like quite a random selection. We've got a little fox. So cute, so soft. Oh, I'm just obsessed. And they just feel so nice. They're a mixture of like beans and stuffing, and it's just like nice. They all have really nice weight to them. we've got a manta ray. Getting the right way up. I think this one's my favourite. Just the floppy wings. It feels like a blanket. It's so soft. And it's just really, it's just so cozy. And the tail feels nice, like it feels really nice in the hand. Like if I was a child, I think this would be my favourite. They've all got names actually. This is Ripple Leopard Ray. This is Crumble Fox. I've got a couple of the amusable ones. So these are like objects with legs on, as I said, and little faces. We've got this nice big orange, which I just think is so cute. I am Amusable Clementine, obsessed. And then I got a massive egg. She's actually already got a little egg, so he's kind of to match her little egg. Yes, I'm Amusable Happy Boiled Egg. So I thought I'd just show you those because they're so cute. I'm surprised myself actually because they have Christmas ones, and I think I'm going to have to order some Christmas ones as well. I don't know, I'm going overboard, I know. She doesn't even really, as I said, she's only just really getting into cuddly toys, but I'm obsessed. Right, my loves, just gonna get ready for bed. If you can see mess absolutely everywhere, I hope that you can't, but if you can, it's because this flat is an absolute tip. We are moving out in about a week. It's just impossible to keep everything neat in here at the moment. And we haven't unpacked from our trip to Somerset. We went to the Newt. I didn't vlog because my new things that I actually get, content is to either pick stories and grid posts or vlogging and not try and do all of it, especially when we have the baby with us. So I didn't vlog, I just took pictures, and we got some film pictures that we're waiting to get back. But yeah, anyway, we haven't unpacked, and then there's stuff absolutely everywhere. We give up. I tell you why everything's actually a tip though. It's our washing routine. Honestly, we've been away so much and everything that we've just got so much washing in piles everywhere. None of us have got any clothes. Actually, I was supposed to put a wash of baby onesies on because she doesn't have anything to sleep in. But alas, I totally forgot to do that tonight, and there's no point putting it on now because it will sit in the washing machine all wet, so I'll have to do it tomorrow. But yeah, we've just got washing everywhere. We have got a washing machine here and a dryer, but we have not got a drying rack. And we don't put everything in the dryer. It's all just chaos, guys, but it will rectify itself, I think, once we move home. We can get everything back to normal. As you can see, well, you might not be able to tell, but I have been picking my skin. That's why it looks kind of blemishy. All my fault. These were very tiny, small imperfections on my skin that I have picked and made into big problems, which is, if you've been following me for a long time, you'll know that's something that I do. It's one of my bad habits, and it's something that I do particularly when I'm feeling out of control, which is me currently. I think it's something to do with the mirrors in here as well, because there's like lights right above the mirrors and I can get really close to the mirrors, which is like, it's just perfect for me. But I'm not around to do it anymore. So yes, hopefully that should also rectify itself soon too. Just took a little teeth brushing break there, but yes, I was just on my Instagram, just saw someone post some stories from the night from Regent Street at night time, and the Christmas lights look so nice. Like, they look nice in the day to day, but they look better at night time, so I definitely want to head in and look at them at night time at some point. Maybe we'll take the baby because she will enjoy it, and it's only going to get darker earlier and earlier over the next few weeks, so why not take her in at some point. I didn't film it earlier as well, but I just keep getting flashbacks to it. I'm obsessed with Christmas crockery. I was talking to Zach about all the things, like I'm going to need like a few days to like Christmasify our house when we're in our house, and I was thinking of all the places that I'm going to put Christmas decorations. Oh my god, I'm going to go crazy. Anyway, I'm just thinking about that, the Villeroy and Bosch or Boch or whatever it is, Christmas crockery. It's expensive, ridiculously expensive, but it's so beautiful. I was just having a moment where I was like, oh, I want to be in my house and then I can have Christmas crockery and Christmas decorations everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna go put my PJs on, get into bed, maybe read a couple of pages of Gormenghast and go to sleep. I've just got into bed wearing my White Company PJs. These are a couple of years old, but they usually do something similar. I don't know whether they bring these ones out sort of around Christmas time. I think they do, because I don't know that these sort of like dark ones that they do are always available. But anyway, I'll link something similar up down below. But Zach always says that, well, not always, but I haven't worn them since I gave birth. I wore them in the hospital. I didn't fit into them when I was pregnant at the end, definitely not. But I did take them to the hospital with me and wore them after I gave birth. Anyway, I'll do a full reading update I think tomorrow, because I'm reading a few books at the moment, but I'm going to read a couple of pages of this before I go to sleep. I'm reading Gormenghast now, which is the second book in the trilogy. I read Titus Grown. Well, I started it, would you believe it? This is going to make you guys feel weird, I think. I started it in October of last year, and then I realised I actually only finished it this year, technically. I think it was just before the baby was born, maybe like February-ish. Anyway, I'm reading Gormenghast now because this volume has been sat on my bedside table at home for ages, and then I thought, you know what, I'll bring it to the flat, hoping that I would actually read it, but thinking in my head that I was not going to. But I finished my last book, The Snowman, whilst we were in Somerset, and I was like, let me just start Gormenghast. And I was a bit nervous because Titus Grown did take a lot of my brain. Peak has quite like a lot of brain power. Peak has quite like an intense writing style. It's incredible, but very intense. But I'm really enjoying Gormenghast. It's definitely a lot more readable. It's still quite an intense, very evocative, atmospheric, wordy writing style. Not typically my cup of tea, wordy styles. I liked it in Perdido Street Station, I liked it in Titus Grown, but it has to be very specific. But anyway, but yeah, it feels smoother. I saw someone on it, Goodreads, and I'm sorry, I don't know who they are, but I'll try and link their review down below, say it's less like a cubist painting and more like and then they definitely said some other style of painting which I'm not remembering now, but the first book really did feel very cubist whereas this definitely feels a lot smoother to read, which is nice and a bit of a relief because it means that I can actually read it quite happily even when I am dog tired. So yes, really enjoying it. The imagery is just insane. Scenes that he conjures up, just crazy. Like, I've never read anything like it, to be honest. Just this gorgeous way of creating characters that are at once sort of like grotesque and over the top, and on the other hand you can like see them really clearly, and they're, I suppose what makes them good characters is that they're like fully themselves, so they have reactions that work within the world they are in, that work for them. So even though they're exaggerated and over the top, they're like fully rounded, if you see what I'm saying. Plus, I remember mentioning this with Titus Grown, like he could have been an actor or something. The way he describes like little movements and little things that people do seems really realistic. So there's got that edge to it as well. But yeah, the imagery, the scenes. He was a painter and an illustrator as well, I think. So I remember mentioning that last time. Like, he just creates such beautiful scenes. and his imagination is so rich for all the different parts of the Gormenghast castle. So much going on and so much beyond what you might expect from a book like this, like just quite surprising imagery, quite surprising ideas as well. I just love it. I just think it's so unique. But yeah, I'm really glad I picked this up again, because I kind of just wanted to get this volume off my bedside table, back on my shelves, and also just read more Peak, because it is truly fantastic writing, and like I said, almost completely unique compared to what other stuff I've read. Like, I can see Peak's influence in lots of stuff, but his writing is just next level. Also, I was thinking to myself the other day that I just struggle so much with modernist writing and writing from kind of the early 20th century through to about the 70s, and then from the 70s on, which is kind of considered contemporary fiction, even though it's like 50 years of writing now. I like, again, a lot more. But yeah, I really struggle with that 50 years, more or less. And this is basically one of the exceptions to the rule. I really, really love these novels, and I think they're just the best. But I think it's something about, I don't really love modernist writing that much, and I feel a lot of it, even as you're coming out of modernism into the kind of 40s, 50s, something just feels kind of stilted about it. A lot of the time, I don't know, that's a huge generalisation, so please don't take that personally if you love writing from that time. And it's certainly not true of everything written at the time. And like I just said, I love this. And there's a few, I was trying to remember, there was a couple of other exceptions, but I cannot remember what they are. Also because I feel like in lots of parts of these books, he's kind of taking the piss out of other modernist fiction and stuff that was really big at the time. There's a couple of characters in this who are really taking the piss out of, like, psychoanalysis, which I love because I hate psychoanalysis. I don't know if I've said it on YouTube before, but it's like, oh my god, I think I have said it before actually. Psychoanalysis, Freudianism, all that kind of stuff, I just hate it. Yeah, I don't think it's a useful way of looking at stuff, personally. And I know that it's been very influential and important in other realms, you know, the talking cure and all that sort of thing. In terms of its literary repercussions, I hate it. So I'm loving that he's taking the piss out of that. Anyway, my loves, I'm going to get reading. I'm going to stop rambling on because this is hardly my best look. And go to bed. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. It was a bit all over the place, I think. That might be a theme. That might be a theme this month. You just have to bear with me. Some of the vlogs might be really short as well. We'll see how we get on. I just cleaned the lens. Can you tell the difference? Anyway, yeah, I've got fun stuff planned, and I will do a full reading update tomorrow. I'm going to write that down now, otherwise I'll forget. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!